Good afternoon, Freezer Bound Outdoors. Today we're down in the woods tapping maple trees. We're going to try to put a video together of the step-by-step process of how to make maple syrup. Today's video, we're starting to tap trees, so my partner here is going to show us how to tap a tree. Go ahead. As you can see, he's yep, right about like that. Yes, sir. So a little bit of a downward angle, so the tap simply flows out. I'll put a piece of tape on the drill bit to stop whenever he gets in so far. Okay, good job. All we gotta do is tap it into the hole. That's good. You don't want to push it in there too far. You're going to crack the tree. We had a very cold night last night. It was down to the teens. I don't think the trees are running, obviously, but next couple days the trees are going to start to run, and we'll keep you posted on how much they make. Alright folks, we're in the garage today. We got the reverse osmosis filter system fired up. What it simply does is pull water out of the maple sap. It uses a little, actually that's a little 12 volt pump right there, converts it from 110 to 12 volt and puts it through a pre-filter. There's our pre-filter right in there. And the system I found online had four RO filters in it. I don't know if that's overkill or whatnot. I'm going to give a shout out to that website. It's called Solely Rested. If you want to see more information on this thing, I'm not going to go into big details. They give you an idea exactly what this thing does and have a very good detailed parts list to build this thing. So Solely Rested, just like it sounds. This thing will do about 10 to 12 gallon an hour. As you can see, here is our fresh water coming out of it. And in this bucket here is our sap concentrate. I started with about 24 gallons. We're coming down to the tail end of it right here. And I'm down to about 6. So I pulled about 18 gallon water off of this thing. I can do 3 gallon an hour as far as evaporation time. This just saved me 6 hours of burn time. So this is coming to an end here, and the next clip we're going to have the boiler fired up and start taking this down to some maple sap, or maple syrup. Okay folks, this is our first boil of the year. It's about 1:30. I just started the fire. And I project this to get done in about 2 hours after it gets to a boil. I can do about take away about 3 gallon an hour. This was about 24 gallon. We knocked it back to 6 with the RO filter. And we'll see what happens here. Fire should be taking off good. Oh, yes. Okay, so I'll keep you posted and we'll see how this boils down. Alright guys, we're an hour and a half in. It took close to an hour to come up to a boil, and it's starting to lose right now. Pretty good. I'm probably down to about 4.5 gallon. I think I've lost about 2. 1.5 to 2 right now. So we will continue monitoring this. Alright folks, we're coming down to the wire here. It's all in one pan, and the time is 5 o'clock, so we're 3.5 hours in. It took an hour to get to the boiling, so it took 2.5 hours to come down to the finishing point. And I'm going to say there's about a gallon or maybe a hair under. We're going to finish that on the stove. A little more controlled heat source. So, we'll get you that clip when we finish it up. Alright guys, we're all in. We got about 85 gallon, condensed down to 20 plus gallons, and we're just waiting for it to come down to the finishing point. We got a good boil going on, and we'll catch up with you next when we're finishing on the stove. Okay, so we're in the garage today finishing up the last batch of maple syrup. We got it boiling to 212 degrees right now. And what we're going to do is bring it up to 219. When it reaches the 219 degrees, we have maple syrup. And as you can see, we're also sterilizing our canning lids. So, we're coming down the home stretch.